These protesters are ideologically divided and are separated by police lines. Holding the green flags are defenders of the citizens' revolution. They're celebrating wealth redistribution policies under the government of President Rafael Correa and are standing firmly in front of the ruling País Alliance Party headquarters. On the fringe are protesters waving black flags. They feel that two bills, which are an inheritance tax and a law regulating capital gains, represent state intervention in personal finances.
Yo creo que este tema de las plusvalías simplemente fue una gota que derramó el vaso. Hemos venido resistiendo y soportando demasiadas medidas que en este momento ya no aceptamos una sola más. Gran parte de ella es el meter las manos en los bolsillos de los ciudadanos.
The government has said that the inheritance tax will just affect 2% of the population, and the law for capital gains will only tax those who have benefited excessively from government works. A media campaign organized by the opposition has tried to convince Ecuadorians that the bills will affect the middle class and the poor. Two visions of national progress, on the one hand, the redistribution of wealth versus personal accumulation, have confronted each other, resulting in violence.
Mire, digamos, yo sufrí ayer un botellazo. Eso, digamos, no es una protesta ciudadana ni es una protesta pacífica, porque además ahí están dirigentes políticos de partidos, entonces no es ciudadano.
Right-wing mayor of Guayaquil, Jaime Nebot, former presidential candidate and banker Guillermo Lasso, and legislator Andrés Páez, who's accused of being paid by Chevron, have been calling protests across the country. Nebot told wealthy protesters to show humility while he was encouraging the opposition to take to the streets. For an action called Black Sunday, an opposition caravan headed for the airport and attempted to block the return of President Correa to the country from the CELAC EU summit and his European tour.
Imagínese usted que la caravana de estos violentos se enfrentara, se cruzara con la caravana del presidente y que a alguno de estos locos se le ocurriera bajarse, cruzarse al vehículo del presidente. Por supuesto que la seguridad habría tenido que actuar. Y si ahí se producían heridos, muertos, todo lo que están poniendo en riesgo la estabilidad de un país.
The violence and its threat of escalation prompted President Correa to temporarily suspend discussion of the two bills from the National Assembly. He has encouraged a peaceful national debate on the bills before they are resubmitted.
Democracy was more important than those specific laws at this specific time. So we're not taking the laws away, we're not saying goodbye to the laws, but we've opened a space of a few months of debate about these laws surrounding the issues raised by these laws that fundamentally have to do with the reduction of inequality and redistribution and so on and so forth.
Despite the call for peaceful debate, the opposition continues protesting these and other measures, while pro-government demonstrators are taking to the streets as well in defense of these bills. Citizens have been pitted against citizens, and some believe that tactics used by the opposition in Ecuador are part of a larger strategy used against progressive governments throughout Latin America.
Estoy absolutamente segura que la oposición se buscará otro pretexto. Cualquier cosa va a ser buena para que ellos sigan oponiéndose de forma reiterada, persistente, paciente a cualquier actitud, a cualquier decisión, a cualquier política, a cualquier ley que se haga en este país, por una razón muy simple. Y es que las acciones que se toman dentro de la oposición ecuatoriana son acciones que responden a una transnacional política que recorre América Latina desestabilizando a los gobiernos soberanos y democráticos.
Opposition leaders have said that they are not willing to engage in the national debate, but will continue protesting until the bills are permanently discarded. The opposition has been accused of politicizing the visit of Pope Francis to the country on July 5th.
hasta que el gobierno rectifique definitivamente y no nos amenace simplemente con retiros temporales, simplemente para calmar las aguas por la visita del Santo Padre. Los ciudadanos merecemos respeto, indistintamente de la corriente política a la que pertenezcamos.
While the opposition refuses to engage in discussion, supporters of the Citizens' Revolution are organizing neighborhood brigades and forums to debate the inheritance tax and law for capital gains.
Así que hemos decidido sumarnos a este diálogo nacional, pero superar ese diálogo no solo frente a estas dos leyes, sino creemos que la Revolución Ciudadana tiene que asumirse un momento histórico diferente, que tenemos que hacer en este diálogo una valoración real de lo que es la Revolución Ciudadana, de los avances que ha tenido.
The opposition has said that they will continue taking to the streets, protesting these and other measures, while defenders of the Citizens' Revolution are open to debate. With no end in sight, the opposition is demanding a change of government and said that they will continue to do so until these bills, which seek to redistribute wealth, are off the table.